I really do get lost in the music.
It's unbelievable.
Sorry.
I just don't understand why I couldn't have had this music as an alternative for the Power Rankings. Yeah, the music was ridiculous.
I have to say, it was a bit distracting.
It was. I couldn't even focus on doing the Power Rankings.
I know.
Why couldn't we have that playing in the background? 99 problems while I'm doing the Power Rankings. It's actually fitting because I was number 99.
That's right.
It makes sense.
Yes, I was listening
to this. Instead, we get this.
And doesn't this sound like, it's level 30?
Wait a minute.
Is he going to get the point? Get the point. I was very distracted.
1,000%.
Just thinking aloud. Hear me out.
Okay.
This is actually you're right.
It's distracting.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I was trying to listen to Cece, but I was thinking about the music.
I have a segment idea, so now is obviously a good time to do it.
Okay.
99's problems.
Oh.
But it's okay.
It's 2 on the nose.
Here, you.
No, but I liked it. For football season. For football season.
What do you mean? No.
99's problems. Go ahead and finish.
It's your version of I'm over it. Once, by the way. We are 100 days out until the NFL season, the first game of the season. And yesterday, yesterday. Sorry. Courtney Cronin, who was filling in for us along with Myron Metcalf. Shout out to both of them. They do a great job as always. And Courtney covers the Bears as well as Best Week Ever, Sunday morning, 7-8 to 10-8 Eastern with Peter Burns. Had this to say about the possibility of the quarterback position in Pittsburgh.
What happens if they get to, I don't know, OTA's end, it's mini camp, and they go into the summer and there's no word on Aaron Rodgers? You think they're going to wait until training camp to let this thing play out? Is that even the right thing to do? I don't even think he's your best option at quarterback right now. Yeah. I think Kirk Cousins, I think it's a perfect marriage more than like hedging everything for Rodgers to come here and jobs on the line, that this is a quarterback that's going to get you to the playoffs and actually win you a game in the postseason.
Okay. So as we sit here today and Aaron Rodgers is doing interviews, his right, of course. He's doing appearances, his right, of course. And he's focused on his own life, his right, of course. Kirk Cousins is still on the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, by the way. Mm-hmm. Now, in order to get Kirk Cousins, you have to give up compensation, whatever that compensation would be. Let's call it a 6th or a 7th round pick. And you have to pay money, obviously. You have to pay some of that money down with Atlanta. My guesstimation is whatever Cousins costs will be the same as what Rodgers cost at this point in both their careers.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a better option for them at this point?
Do we think that Kirk Cousins would be showing up to the facility if they were to make this move?
Immediately.
With Aaron Rodgers, you just don't know what's going to happen. And I completely...
Am I wrong to think, by the way, that he would show up immediately? Is that what you were getting at?
Well, I just think you would have an answer. You would know where you're going.
Yes.
You would have somebody
Hey, Kirk, do you want to be on the team? Yes. When can you get here? Yesterday.
Correct.
Okay,
you would have someone who would immediately try to ingratiate themselves within your locker room and your organization and Kirk Cousins. And we know Aaron Rodgers did that in the beginning with the Jets, but if he wanted to be a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's had every opportunity to do so this offseason and has still been waiting. So I'm with Courtney. I do not think that Aaron Rodgers is the best option for the Steelers. I didn't think a quarterback who got everybody fired after winning 5 games over 2 seasons, heading into his age 42 season, was worth waiting for anyway. But the only thing I disagree with Courtney is that it seems like they are fine waiting around for Aaron Rodgers, because I am still shocked that the Pittsburgh Steelers are even in this position when it comes to this specific quarterback option. So maybe they are content waiting around a little bit longer to find out whether or not Aaron Rodgers picks them. But if I was them, I would be fed up and I would look towards another option, and that option would be Kirk Cousins.
Well, I don't like any of the options that the Pittsburgh Steelers have right now at quarterback, and that's what happens when you wait around until late May in order to figure out who QB1 is actually going to be. And now you're caught betwixt and between which quarterback you think has a better chance at being able to bounce back from an Achilles injury that they suffered a couple of years ago. I mean, logic would say you would lean toward the younger of the two, that being Kirk Cousins, but you don't have any evidence that either one of these guys is going to be good at football if and when they decide that they're going to play for you. Now, Kirk Cousins would be waiving his no trade. Aaron Rodgers would be signing outright as a free agent. But either way, you can't feel good about the spot that the Pittsburgh Steelers are in, which makes me go to the place of this franchise being more dysfunctional than the brand would let on. The Pittsburgh Steelers have operated in such a way over the last 2 years where you can no longer give them the benefit of the doubt. And I think that this is a microcosm of that dysfunction, not knowing who your quarterback is going to be because you backed yourself into a corner waiting on Aaron Rodgers. I just think it's an embarrassment for the franchise. And it speaks to how far this team has fallen under Mike Tomlin. And I can't believe that I'm at this position now, but I think he deserves a world of criticism for how he's mismanaged the quarterback situation over the last couple of years.
That is strong, obviously, especially considering our show is a Mike Tomlin fan club many times, and I think he's earned that right. I just have another follow-up on Rodgers on this. He hasn't signed yet. We've all asked, what is he waiting for? Smalls, you have been steadfast for a long period of time, not now as much because of moves they've made, that you thought Minnesota until it wasn't Minnesota.
Well, I feel like that's what he could be waiting for.
Absolutely. Is he trying to get the Steelers to not want him?
Why? Go on. What do you mean?
It just seems like he hasn't signed. We're approaching training camp not that far away. We're 100 days out. It's almost like he wants to turn them off so he doesn't have to sign with them, because it's like, to me, it's like everybody knows, hey, if you have a chance to go play for Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, if you're Aaron Rodgers at this point in your career, you should walk there and be thrilled to do that. And he's not. He's fine. He's fine. Like, whatever. I mean, unless it's an arrangement all along where they're like, hey, I'm going to miss these things. And as long as I don't sign, I'm not actually missing these things. Are you cool with that? Yeah, that's fine. The arrangement is...
Well, why would they be cool with that?
Okay, well, that goes to what Cece said, obviously, right?
Or why should they be cool with that? He's supposed to be your starting quarterback. Why would you be cool allowing him to not sign and not want to be part of whatever you have going on in the offseason? That makes no sense to me, especially for an organization who is so team first, who is so much about the history and the legacy and how important it is to wear that uniform. Why would they give this guy the ultimate pass to not buy into that?
Don't know the answer. Plays the position that is the most important position in the sport.
A position that is a leadership spot by nature. And he's already missed phase 1 of the offseason program. They're about to start phase 2 this week with the OTAs. Phase 3 is minicamp. There's a chance that this guy doesn't show up for any of that. So do you want QB1 to miss the entirety of the offseason? How could you think that the results in the regular season and the playoffs would be any different if that's the case?
Xin chào bạn nha, ngày hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn cách ăn bát thịt nha. Bây giờ mình sẽ hướng dẫn cách ăn. Này, này, cái gì cơ? Mẹ xúc á. Rồi. ra. Đóng cửa chặn nè. Thế là nó mở xúc cho. Là ghi rồi.